Hey now, everybody. Well, it's day 3 of our Halloween special where we're talking about horror board games. And today we're going to hear what scares Chris.
Oh, a lot of things.
The mirror.
A lot of things. All right, Jamie, I made fun of your candles. Now I got to make fun of your book selection because I was looking through these and I was like, some of these are really creepy books. They're like about making potions and all kinds of horrible
There's
stuff.
witches sailing back there.
Yeah. And then over here behind this crow hidden from view is Little Women.
Oh, shut up.
And then there's one in particular called The Golden Ass.
Yeah.
The golden, I'm curious to know what The Golden Ass is about.
I
Have
never
you
read
read The Golden Ass? I got to borrow The Golden Ass because I really want to know what that book is possibly about.
All right, Chris.
All right, anyways, my first game on the list should be no surprise to anybody, which is Mansions of Madness, second edition.
Absolutely. Greatest horror game that was ever made. It would have been number 1 on my list of favorites of all time.
That's right. Mansions of Madness, first edition, most horrifying implementation of a game ever.
Yeah, right, it was.
A little
It's pretty
anticlimactic.
Second edition is definitely one of the most horror-themed games I've ever played.
It is.
It's got the app, which lets everybody be involved in the creepiness of the game. The storytelling in it is all horror-themed storytelling.
It is dripping with Cthulhu slimed theme.
That's right.
Yes. All in all, I think it's great. And the fact that they implemented this one of your people goes crazy is fantastic. Because as soon as someone goes insane, everybody's just like,
They don't want to deal with them.
we don't want to deal with you anymore. Like, you're just going to set us on fire or steal our stuff or like, who knows what they're going to do.
It's like real life. I don't want to hang out with crazy people either.
Exactly.
You don't know what they're going to do.
Exactly.
I'll tell you what I love about this game. This game feels absolutely different every single time you play it. Every single story is a different kind of game. It has the same core mechanics where you just, move, take an action, attack something, whatever. But every single story has a goal that makes the game feel like a different experience. And we've had murder mysteries. We've had shoot 'em ups. We had I was talking
haunted house.
we were talking about Zombicide, how it's more like an action game. There's a couple of Mansions of Madness. They're like an action game. You're running around town. You're killing monsters.
You're fighting stuff.
But
Yeah.
then you have like this Agatha Christie murder mystery where there's no monsters. It's just find the criminal or the murderer and figure out the puzzles. It's
When we played that one of this game, I was like, this game is amazing because it took a game that when you look at it on the table, you're like, oh, you just want to get stuff, you want to beat things, and you like get to the end and get the most powerful items and just kill monsters. And it said, you know what? No. Like, here's an actual like mystery you have to solve. It's not just run around and kill monsters. And we've talked about that in other games that we've played. I mean, in our last episode, we talked about Too Many Bones and how it's really cool. They have like use of the battle mat that is not just kill monsters. And I think that was great. It was so refreshing to actually experience that in this game, Mansions of Madness. Awesome.
I love this game because I have memories of specific missions we were on that I still think about. I remember there's one where we were out in the town and we were barricading ourselves up in the house, and there were these mobs of things crawling around outside. And if you caught them, you had to fight them, and you can't beat them because it's a giant mob of things. But that was etched into my brain how cool that is. And I've played ones that are absolutely different. An amazing game.
Yeah. I mean, this is a game where when an expansion comes out, I will have it day one.
Yep.
Even if I'm not ready to play it because I haven't completely gotten to all the missions. At this point, I have all the missions done. And I'm just going back and replaying them. But I will have every expansion day one ready to go so I can play new stuff. And the other thing about it is that each mission changes slightly in the app every time you play it. So if you replay a mission, it's a little bit different.
It's a bit different. Yeah. And timing may be different.
Rooms might be changed around. People might be different.
Yep.
So like it isn't always the same answer every single time with every single mission.
And my biggest beef with this game, and I'm a components guy, I hate the components.
Yeah, the
Like,
miniatures
I hate
are
the
awful.
miniatures are
It's
terrible. It's just terrible. In this situation, it doesn't matter because the game itself is so good.
You know why, Chris? You know why those miniatures are so bad? And it's all Mansions of Madness First Edition's fault. Because they needed to be able to upgrade people from first to second edition, so they had to keep the stuff the same, right? So Mansions of Madness First Edition continues to annoy us into the modern age.
Oh, that's funny.
Okay, Mansions of Madness First Edition, worst game ever made.
Right. Love
All
it.
right.
So we all had a Cthulhu game on our lists.
Yeah. Yep.
It's kind of hard because at least 90% of all horror games
Are Cthulhu nowadays. Yeah. Steve's wagging his finger. He's got something to say.
He's got something.
I've got a pop quiz. Jamie,
Yo, what's up?
what is your favorite Cthulhu-themed movie
Cthulhu themed movie?
or Lovecraft?
That's absolutely the easiest ever. It is A Whisper in Darkness. This is a very, very low budget movie made by the H.P. Lovecraft Historical Society. Now, it's funny, you thought you were like, they're going to trip me up with this one, but I knew exactly off the top of my head what my favorite one is.
I'm just like, I got one.
There's two movies that they made. They made Call of Cthulhu and they made A Whisper in Darkness. Whisper in Darkness is friggin' awesome because the first one was a silent film. The Call of Cthulhu, he even had like the text on the screen,
Right.
silent film.
I watched that.
A Whisper in Darkness, they made it like a 1950s science fiction horror movie. You know, like It, The Terror of Outer Space, whatever, those kinds of movies, right? It is gorgeous. It's got the Migu in it. It's got awesome 1950s style special effects with like crazy brains in jars with like lightning coming off of and stuff. Terrific, terrific, terrific movie.
All right.
Chris,
Mine?
what is yours?
I was sitting here praying that Jamie would not say this. Mouth of Madness. I love Sam Neill. He's great in this. And it has one of my favorite endings of all films, which I won't give away, but it's fantastic. It's just fantastic. It's a great movie. And it's creepy the whole way through. You're just like watching somebody lose their mind. Good movie.
That
Fantastic.
is amazing. I loved it in the 90s. I love it today.
Steve?
My pick is the film Dagon.
Ooh,
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
It is. This is set, well, I don't know when it's set, but it's made in the early 2000s, but it feels like an 80s horror movie.
Yeah, it does.
Watching it. And this is great. It's
This is low budget.
Yeah, well.
It is low budget, but it's well done.
It is.
And the effects are good, and it's creepy. It's creepy. It's the story where, what's the name of the actual story? I forget.
Well, so the movie is called Dagon, which there was a story called Dagon, but this
Dagon's
is
a
nothing
great old
Dagon.
one.
Yeah, Dagon is the big sea monster from the sea, right? But it's based on Shadows over Innsmouth.
That's what it was. Yeah.
It's not the same though. They take a lot of liberties, but it's
based
similar.
on it. But it takes place in the country of Spain, I believe, on a small coastal town. These people are visiting it, and weird stuff's going on. And it just keeps getting weirder. You should check it out.
Kind of like Steve.
Nonsense.
Okay, is your pop quiz
Says
over
the guy
there?
in the hat.
Yeah. Is your pop quiz over, Steve?
Halloween.
Can we move on?
It's over for now.
That's right.
All right. Next up, I'm going to go with a game that most people have not heard about because it's long since left the radar. And this is one of the original games that I started playing, and that is Zombie Survival.
That's an old one.
It is an old one. It is Ameritrashy as you can get. But it's fantastic.
It's good.
It's a game where every player essentially is holed up in their own house with their own survivors, and you have to gear up. The first phase of the game is everybody just gearing up, and you have rooms in your house that you're going to fill with generators or refrigerators or lumber to board with or gasoline or a car or all kinds of stuff you might need to survive. That's the first half of the game. It's just gearing up. And it's up to everybody to determine how they want to gear. Then the zombies start coming, right? And at that point, you got to defend yourself. You've got to run into town and kind of push your luck to get the stuff you need. And
You
then
got to take a car so you can drive over the zombies too.
Cool. When you come back, if the zombies are in your driveway, you just run them out. Like you run them over. And the concept of the game is that no one is going to survive. Everybody's gone. Like by the end of the game, everybody's dead because the zombies are just...
They're going to overwhelm you.
They're going to overwhelm you. The goal is to be the last person to survive. So essentially, you're trying to be the best survivor. And It also has this really weird thing, which is the box top
The combat
has a zombie in it that you roll the dice onto and try to get it on different areas of the zombie on the box top.
There's targets on the zombie picture in the box top.
Yeah, which is so weird.
It's goofy.
But I'll tell you, I like it. I think it's fun to build your base. It's fun to like go into town and search the decks and try and like find the stuff you need and get back. Meanwhile, if you're one of the other players, certain situations let you move zombies onto other people's boards, which I think is really cool. You can kind of like screw with the other players.
Yeah, this is an older one. I think we got it at Origins ages ago.
Oh, ages ago.
And I think it's by the same people that made Zombies.
Yeah.
Exclamation point.
And I don't even know if
point.
you can still get it.
I have no idea. And it was really good. It's actually kind of a fun little tactical game. And you have like the spaces in the house, things take up space, right?
Yeah.
So even though it's a little abstract, like a machine gun will take up like half your living room.
Yeah, well, you know.
But it's like a way for you to, you can't have everything.
You can't
right?
have
So
everything. You got to weigh it.
You have to Tetris in all of the pieces onto your board and take what's most important to you, right?
Yeah. And some of them are like, well, I could take the generator, but maybe the power will never go out because events happen during the thing. But if you don't have the generator and the power goes out, you're screwed. You can't cook your food. You can't do all kinds of stuff. So it's a lot of, weighing cost benefits.
Yeah.
I think
it's a good game.
It's a fantastic game.
Yeah.
I love zombie survival. That's my next one. My last one. Steve, do you have a pop quiz?
Sure, why not?
All right. Sorry.
Now you did it, Chris.
I'm sorry.
You can't get on with the video.
All right, pop quiz. Chris,
Yes.
who is your favorite horror monster or villain?
Ooh. Oh, what is the name of I think his name is Sam. He's from the movie Trick or Treat.
Mm-hmm.
He is my favorite one.
That's an obscure choice.
He is the
extremely.
embodiment of Halloween.
He's that little kid with the pumpkin head that runs around doing mischievous things.
He is my favorite villain.
It's an excellent movie, Trick or Treat.
It's great, and I want them to make another one. I don't know why they're not, because it's a great concept. Sam from Trick or Treat.
Sam from Trick or Treat for Chris. Jamie, yours.
My absolute favorite, and I'm going to I'm going along with the guy from the character from Cabin in the Woods. My absolute favorite monster in any movie is the creature from the Black Lagoon.
No, God, the
Gill
fish
Man.
man.
He always wanted the Gill Man to show up. That was his favorite. But ever since I've been a kid, my dad and our favorite horror monster was the creature from the Black Lagoon. And the movies are terrific. The first one, the second one, and the third one, Revenge of the Creature, and then the third one is The Creature Walks Among Us. Some of my favorite horror movies ever. And number 2, a little bit of trivia here.
Oh, wait. I didn't know we would have 2.
Is Clint Eastwood's first movie, number 2, Revenge of the Creature. He's a scientist who loses the mouse. He thinks the cat ate the mouse. It was in his pocket by it. It's Clint Eastwood's first movie.
Sounds like me with my phone.
I've never seen 2 or 3.
They're great.
Yeah, I have to check.
Not as good as the first one, but they're both great.
Every time I'm going to think of you now, I'm going to think of you as the guy getting killed by the Gill Man in Cabin in the Woods.
Well, that Cabin in the Woods Gill Man was stupid. That's not the
That
creature
was
from the Black
great.
Lagoon. Creature from the Black Lagoon is the man.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who's yours, Steve?
Well, mine will have to be the Cenobites from the movie Hellraiser, which includes Pinhead and all the other ones.
Sure.
And this is a great series of movies, although there's 10 of them, I believe, and they keep going down in quality
Yeah, for sure.
to the point that
They
I
certainly
abandoned
do.
watching the series at some point. I haven't seen them all. But Hellraiser 1's great because it's like a family drama with this dysfunctional family and horrible things happen to them.
Yeah,
Hellraiser
horrible.
2,
With a weird skinless man in the attic.
For somewhere he just lives there, yeah.
yes.
He came out of the floor.
So my third choice, brought to you by Clive Barker, is Arkham Horror the card game, which
That's a good one, man.
is a
That
good
is.
one because I've played a lot of these collectible, or I should say living card games, and they've been good here and there. But when I heard about this and heard people raving about Arkham Horror card game, I was like, I got to try this. And then Jamie, I think you and I played it first, and I was in love with it. It's so cool that you have characters and decks specific to that character, and you're trying to kind of organize your deck to utilize a character's specialties. And the fact that as you progress through the different cards, the story changes. I thought that was really cool. And when you play it legacy or campaign mode, you carry over like flaws and benefits.
Well, I know why you like that, Chris, because you carry your flaws from game to game too.
I do. I wear them on my sleeve.
Arkham Horror, the card game, in my mind, is Mansions of Madness deck building game.
Yeah.
Not deck building like a CCG, like a deck construction game. It has all the same kinds of stuff. Every mission is different in some capacity. It feels different. It's exploration, but it's a card game with decks. Really awesome game.
The story changes based on your decisions, which I think is a big thing. Like, you have to make choices, and they affect not only that game, but future games. Because at the end, it basically says, what did you choose to do? You get these things to carry over to the next one. And I think that's a great, it makes a living card game become a legacy game in a sense. It is the living card game that I've been waiting for. So that's my last one, Arkham Horror, the card game.
I am dying to play that living card game.
Let's do it. All right. Well, thanks so much, everybody, for joining us for our first of 2 Halloween specials here in the month of October. We'll see you again in 2 weeks
for our review of the Golden Ass.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Thanks so much, everybody. If you've enjoyed this video, please do us a giant favor by subscribing to the channel and clicking that wacky bell icon. If you're into board games, miniatures games, role-playing games, we have a bunch of audio podcasts you might enjoy. You can find those at thesecretcabal.com or on iTunes and Stitcher.